Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
And he'll have a Jets first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
What's the old adage, partner? Don't judge the book by its cover, because this guy, he takes the mantra that he'll go down with a brisk gust of wind and sets it on its head. Great effort there to break a tackle and come up with a nice gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Carson. Able to fight through one tackle. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
They run it with Carson. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And now they'll throw with Allen. And his throw is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Allen. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So, Charles, first drive here, a little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Henry Ruggs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead.
The losing streak can take on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do now. The key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. That one good for 37 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And some space to move right away as he's all the way up to the 30. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Bridgewater to throw it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so he'll just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Back to the running game with Mostert.
And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming.
Again, it's Mostert.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
Raheem Mostert.
His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And this will be a touchback, no return from Isabella.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To the air, Allen. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd down, it's Carson, and he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
When you're dead last in the NFL in 3rd down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about him picking up that one? That was big for them.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Carson, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Allen going to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the rookie first-rounder, Jamin Davis.
And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Eric Stokes, first-round pick back in April, there on the stop.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Bridgewater now from the 50.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. There to make the tackle, Samson Ebukam. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Bridgewater. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. Touchdown, Saints. Josh Oliver, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a 1st down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the 1st down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Now Bridgewater will lead the troops up to go for 2. Bridgewater will try and throw. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Isabella not going to risk a return here, and they'll start at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing?
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Another try after the 1st down sack. Allen
will get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, it's Carson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
On the return, it's Rodgers.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. from the gun, a run with Mostert. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They hand it off to Mostert. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 yards there. Good for a Saints first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that'd scare me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Airing it out deep for Woods. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Robert Woods, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback. No return from Isabella. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Allen. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chris Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Here's Carson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Second down and 7.
Here's Bridgewater.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Jets are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The New York offense taking over for their next possession and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing again on second down. Allen.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from TCU, Trayvon Merrick. And the Saints are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard and maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Had an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
50 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. On first down, they go with Mostert again.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the half, Bridgewater. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick.
Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Play action now. Bridgewater. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Randy Gregory just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Here's a toss play right to Mostert.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
From just shy of midfield, Bridgewater.
That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield.
And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Once again, it's Mostert.
And they'll get this down to the 10. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Throwing, Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Teddy Bridgewater. A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Isabella not going to risk a return here, and they'll start at the 25.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
49 the mic. 49 the mic. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Check 24. Check 85.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. There's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for New York. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And here's Rodgers on the return. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And well, sometimes, I guess, maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back. And essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys, and that's it.
Yeah, no one's upset the apple cart so far. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. From the gun, Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Throwing is Bridgewater. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And this one is right through.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And this will be a touchback, no return from Isabella.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Allen. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Allen. And he's got the hook up to Ruggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Final minute now of the third quarter. Allen now on first down. He'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Round 80. Check 55. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
They go back to the ground with Williams. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he will find his man Ruggs. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Just like that. Just like that. Mike 55.
Here's Allen to throw it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Jets on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 17.
Let's make these babies cry right now. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Coming to you. 36. 5 wide.
Throwing now is Allen. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Gay's kick is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Mostert. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Shifts past him at the 45. And some room to work.
This is
touchdown, New Orleans. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Saints add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Isabella not going to risk a return here, and they'll start at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you could do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. Allen now looks to throw.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder, Jamin Davis.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And they take a knee. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. And they'll indeed take a knee. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
44, Mike, 44. They're not ready for this, man.
And they will take a knee here.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Second and 10.
This is Carson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now Allen. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. One final try here for Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. And they take a knee. And they'll indeed take a knee. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Here it comes, here it comes.
So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for New Orleans, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it's another week to forget as they're going to fall to 1-12 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.